What do you do about animal bites?
Welcome to Parenting Matters Now, a source of parenting advice a few minutes at a time.
Hi, this is Dr. Roger Smith with Parenting Matters Now. There are a number of injuries that can happen along the way. And one of the things that can happen is you can be bitten by an animal. In fact, this morning I was seeing a patient who was bitten by a dog, and that's prompted me to think about this situation, that you need to know some information so that you can respond appropriately. And so not all animal bites are emergencies, but let's start with the dog bite. If your child or you get bitten by a dog, surprisingly, dog bites are not highly infectious. Usually, the dog is known, something incited the dog, two dogs were fighting and people were trying to break them up. And if the dog is known and the dog is not sick in any way, the main thing that the wound needs is cleaning. So soap and water, lots of irrigation of the wound. If there's a lot of tearing of the tissue, then that may need attention. If it's simply punctures, soap and water, cleaning those thoroughly, it may be the only thing that's needed. So, but if there is a gaping wound, those likely will need to be closed with sutures or some other technique, and those would need medical attention. But the first thing you should do is clean it. Even before going to get medical attention, if you can soap and water, lather it up, irrigate it thoroughly under running water, that's far better than dousing it with hydrogen peroxide or something that just sits on the wound. Irrigation that removes any type of infection material. So dog bites don't commonly get infected if they are cleaned thoroughly. However, on the other hand, cat bites are an emergency. If a cat is just simply kind of scratches the skin with their teeth, that's different than if they puncture the skin. Cat's teeth are much more like a needle. They just inject themselves into the skin, and there are bacteria in a cat's mouth that will put you in the hospital. So if there is a cat bite that is serious, I mean, the cat really clamped down, and there is a deep puncture, that needs immediate attention. Then not in an emergency, call the ambulance sort of way, but that day it needs to be treated and it needs antibiotics. Certainly, you also want to clean the wound, much like you would with the dog bite, but it will need antibiotics. No other way about it. It will form an abscess without antibiotics. So cat bites are urgency, maybe not emergency, but urgency. Any other animal that's a wild animal, like those types of bites, they certainly need to be cleaned, and I would have those evaluated by someone that same day, if at all possible. I'm gonna not talk about snake bites. Everyone treats those as an emergency. That's a totally different entity, but domestic animal bites, um, simply the first thing is to get them thoroughly clean. Soap and water, irrigation, running water is far better than anything you would douse onto the wound. So those are the most common ones, are dog bites and cat bites. And we do handle those differently. Get medical attention as the wound dictates. I'm not prone to highly recommend antibiotics in all situations. In fact, antibiotics need to be handled carefully. So consult your medical provider on those issues. But your job is to clean it, assess it, and get it further evaluated. It's Dr. Roger Smith with Parenting Matters Now.
Subscribe to Parenting Matters Now for more advice, or go to rogersmithmd.com to search for more topics. See you next time.